just feel like I'm gonna be better than him in every department and go through him, like just go run right through him and yeah, show him his age in the ring, make him know that he's an old fighter. He's been in wars before, so just show him the wear and tear that's really hitting it on.
Daniel promises a demolition job on Joseph Parker in his title defense, but Parker's experience could make this a tougher challenge than expected.
I'm just on a roll. I feel like, you know, I'll be just too much for him, too strong, too fast. Everything he does, I'm gonna do better. And yeah, I'm confident, man. I ain't got to say too much. I don't do too much talking.
IBF heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois is set to defend his title against Joseph Parker on February 22nd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, with a fight serving as the co-main event.
So that was about making noise. That's not you overlooking Joe Parker.
No way. I'm gonna do a demolition job on him first, and then I want Usyk next. I'm ready for it, and I'm on a roll. So, you know, bring him on.
For a highly anticipated rematch between Ara BBF and Dimitri Bivol Dubois, who has been rapidly rising in the heavyweight ranks, is determined to make a statement in this bout.
Listen, I've been boxing for a while and I feel like I've only just begun now. I feel like I've got everything right now and you're in for a treat.
Good, I'll teach you a few things in there, you know. If you just started, I'll teach you a few lessons, some new skills.
Promising to deliver a demolition job on Parker with his focus squarely on defending his title, Dubois is also eyeing a future clash with Alexander Usyk, who recently defeated Tyson Fury for the undisputed heavyweight championship. However, Dubois is not letting his ambition.
It was, you know, obviously straight after the fight with Dubois and Joshua, they were waiting to see if Joshua was going to take the rematch. And my name was thrown in the picture and a few other names thrown in the picture, but they sort of narrowed it down to myself, you know, and then when they announced it online, I was like over the moon because I was looking for a big fight. And Daniel is a great fight to be involved with because he's in good form. He's looked great in his last 3 outings, and he's full of confidence. And with each fight, he looked better and better. So I have to be on my game and better than what I was against Zhang and Wilder.
Cloud his judgment. He knows that Parker is the challenge in front of him, and his sole focus is to get past the former WBO heavyweight champion before moving on to bigger targets, having captured the vacant IBF title. With a TKO win over Filip Hrgović, Dubois quickly established himself as a formidable champion.
He has proven how to take away the threat of serious power in the way that he boxes. Obviously, Daniel Dubois, we know he's got some serious power, but
are you talking about Wilder in this instance?
Zhang got a lot of power as well.
Yeah, okay.
And Zhang's hands are actually quite fast.
Yeah, they're very fast.
Well, yeah, but his hands are quite rapid. Parker proved in those 2 fights that he can box to a game plan, stick to a game plan, and obviously execute a game plan. Now, the Dubois thing is an interesting one because Dubois is quicker than the pair of them that we've just been speaking about, right? And he also carries that power.
Yeah.
Do not back against Joseph Parker in this fight because he could nullify this bomb. He could defuse this bomb and he could throw the cat amongst the pigeons with this particular fight. I agree with you. I think Dubois is the favourite going into the fight given the run that he's currently on. But Parker's tail will be up.
He's a live underdog
He's earned
for sure.
this opportunity and he could go in there and nullify this and absolutely blow the whole thing up.
He followed up with a dominant first defense, knocking down former unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua 4 times before securing a 5th round. Knockout, his brutal punching power and confidence inside the ring have made him a rising star in the heavyweight division, while many are already speculating about his next move.
I think it's a very tough fight for Daniel Dubois. You know, I think Joseph's in the form of his career. I'm kind of like his unofficial promoter. He's a good mate of mine. I really like him. I think he's worked so hard to get himself back in this position. Don't forget he's coming off 2 huge wins. You know, one against Deontay Wilder and one against Zhilei Zhang. He's earned his shot. And I think he's got a good style to beat Daniel Dubois. But Dubois on a tremendous run. He's full of confidence, and I see it as a 50-50 fight.
Including a potential rematch with Usyk. Dubois insists that his immediate concern is Parker, who represents a significant obstacle standing in the way of his next steps. Despite his reputation as a power-punching knockout artist, Du remains aware that Parker is a skilled and experienced opponent, coming off impressive.
The champion was going to win the fight between Dubois and Parker, and I'll see what will be next.
Who would you rather fight out of Dubois and Parker?
the winner. So I think Parker will win the fight. I think that's my opinion. But the winner of
Victories over Deontay Wilder and Gael Zhang, a former WBO champion himself, is seeking to reclaim his position at the top of the division. He has shown resilience and tactical intelligence throughout his career, which will undoubtedly come into play.
Gee, that's a good question. You know, it's probably, you're looking at a multi-layered fighter when it comes to Parker. I think you're going to have to, Dubois is going to have to show us something that we may not have seen in him. We know he's got this reputation as an explosive, bulky type of fighter who can create highlight reel knockouts, but I think he's going to have to show some of the IQ, if there is any, there, and that's going to expose whether there is any or not. And if he's able to beat Parker because he's going to have to show this IQ in this fight, then we're going to be able to check off another one of the boxes in terms of how we rate Dubois and say, okay, he's even higher and even better level than we've given him credit so far. You know, it's another one of those check marks that you can say, okay.
In his fight against Dubois, Parker has been calm and measured in the build-up to the fight, making it clear that while he respects Dubois as a fighter, he is not intimidated. He has spent the past months preparing meticulously for this challenge, determined to prove he is still capable of competing at the highest level.
I think a Joseph Parker fight is bigger than Parker, naturally bigger. He punches hard on him, but Parker's on a couple of decent wins. Yeah, beat Zhang, beat Deontay Wilder. They're good wins, in good form. Do you know what I mean? He's looking like he's really getting his second win in his career. So if Dubois can beat Joseph Parker after the wipeout job against AJ, he really has established himself as a bona fide world champion.
Yeah.
So, and it's a fight that will be good, because you never know, because Parker's got all that, he's got bags of experience.
In contrast, Dubois' demeanor remains confident and focused, with his primary goal being to dispatch Parker in convincing fashion. His aggressive style and knockout power will be key to his success in this fight. Dubois is well aware of Parker's skill set and has spoken about his desire to impose his own style in the ring, overpowering Parker with his raw strength and speed.
He's fought Jarrell Miller, Filip Hrgovic, Anthony Joshua, and now fighting Joseph Parker within 18 months. He's only 27 years old.
Love it. I love that he's been busy. His fight with Joshua wasn't a big bruiser, so you know, coming back, and especially coming back against Parker is that's a really good fight for him. I think it's a fight that he'll win, but it's a good boxing match. You know, and then like I always say, more than anything, I want to see good boxing matches.
I think that what's been incredible with Daniel was, you know, years ago he got stopped by Joe Joyce. A lot of people labelled him a quitter. Same thing happened in the Usyk fight.
He had to grow up. You know. And listen, this is what we know about heavyweights. They mature later than in the other weight class. You know, so he matured a little later, and I think he's grown through some of his growing pains. And the worst thing for a fighter is you see our growing pains.
While Dubois has been criticized in the past for his mental fortitude, especially after his controversial loss to US Fight in 2023, he has grown into a more mature fighter. His performance against Joshua in particular.
I like Dubois, man. Dubois a beast. Honestly, I said that from when he fought against Hrgovic. I said that, yo, who is this kid, man? I go, this kid's good. And I remember watching that live, and I like the way he fought and how he puts his punches together and how strong he is, and the way he took those fighters apart. Obviously, he's coming off a great win against Anthony Joshua. He's gonna have more confidence. So yeah, I think I got Dubois good in that fight, winning.
Showed that he is capable of handling pressure and executing his game plan effectively. As both fighters prepare for their showdown in Saudi Arabia, the build-up to the fight has been largely respectful. Dubois and Parker have shared mutual admiration for each other's abilities, but there is no doubt that once the bell rings...
What do you think about that fight?
Which one?
Dubois-Parker, if it does happen.
I think Dubois wins it. You know, because I don't think Joseph Parker's got a strong enough chin. Daniel hits hard. You know, Daniel hits hard. So I see that fight. Daniel winning 5 rounds.
Both men will be focused solely on winning. Eddie Hearn shared his thoughts on the upcoming bout, acknowledging the dangerous form that Parker has displayed, according to Hearn. Parker is in the best shape of his career, and with his experience and skill set, he poses a serious threat to Dubois. While Hearn acknowledged Dubois' strong run,
second one. No soft touch here. Joseph Parker's in the form of his life. Andy Lee has been amazing for him. I spoke to Joe on my podcast a couple of days ago, and he is just absolutely bang up for this. He's put a bit of muscle on. He's got George Lockhart with him. He's got Andy Lee. He's got a great team. Obviously, one of the nicest people in boxing. Daniel Dubois has got the momentum and the confidence now. It's fantastic being around him. He came back from a holiday in Brazil, super sharp. I saw him on the pads, maybe in his first or second training session back, and he looked incredible.
He emphasized that the fight was 50-50 and that Parker's style could give the IBF champion plenty of problems. Hearn's perspective is shared by others within. The boxing community, Martin Bowley, who has sparred with both men, believes that Parker has the tools to upset the odds.
I like both fighters. I respect both fighters, but somewhere in my gut feeling is telling me that Dubois is gonna win this one. And because I admire his style and I like how he approached the fight. I like Parker as well, but I believe subconsciously, I believe Dubois is going to win this.
And dethroned Dubois, he even claimed to have seen enough in sparring sessions to suggest that Duo could struggle against Parker's. Adaptability and technical proficiency, B's prediction, carries weight as he is trained alongside both men and has had first-hand experience with their strengths and weaknesses on the other side of the spectrum. Lawrence Okoli offers a more balanced assessment.
These guys fighting and staying busy and staying fighting. So he was the first guy really of this current era to me that would take a loss and come right back. Take a loss and come right back and get a win, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super impressed with him. Can he beat Dubois? He possibly can, but it ain't as easy as we say. As I would have said Parker all day before. But now, Dubois has changed. He changed up, man. He got better.
While he recognizes Dubois' impressive speed and raw power, Okoli points to Parker's ring IQ and ability to dictate the pace of a fight as key advantages that could give the New Zealand dress that while Dubois' physical attributes may be overwhelming at times, they may not be enough to overcome Parker's experience and strategic approach, especially in the later rounds.
I could see Parker beating him on points, yeah. But Dubois is getting bigger and stronger all the time. Like Dubois is a different kettle of fish now 2 years ago. So, when it only takes one fight to paint a picture, like, I used to be known as one of the hardest men in British boxing. Yeah? I pull out in the corner against Fraser Clark. I'm a quitter on this and that. You go from one of the hardest men in British boxing to a quitter overnight. Well, I used to look at Dubois and go, he's got a bit of quitting in him. He's a bit chinny out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not anymore, is he? Like, he's walked through Hergovich, walked through Miller, walked through Joshua.
Okoli expressed confidence that Parker would make the fight a difficult one for Dubois, potentially pushing him into uncomfortable situations where his raw power may not be the contrast. Former world champion Sean Porter expressed optimism regarding Dubois' growth as a fighter. Porter, who has been impressed with Dubois' performances as of late, particularly his knockout victory over Anthony Joshua, believes that Dubois' ongoing development will be.
It's a really tough fight for Dubois. Not an easy route for anyone in the heavyweight division. This new version of Joseph Parker. The guy's got a very good chin. He's got a great gas tank, good motor. He knows how to fight punchers. He's coming off of two humongous punchers in Wilder and Zhang. Granted, Wilder didn't fight the fight, doesn't look to himself, but Zhang sure did. Zhang dropped him twice. Parker got up and outboxed him. He's a very, very capable guy in there, even a heavyweight. He's a big guy, too. People forget. Yes, he's a technician. Yes, he's kind of crafty and will outmaneuver you, but he's big enough, durable enough to deal with these super heavyweight guys and a big punch like Dubois. Very, very tough fight. Good matchup.
The different maker in the fight, according to Porter, heavyweights tend to mature later in their careers. And Dubois is still reaching his peak, meaning his best days might still be ahead with his recent consistent performances and the improvements he's made. Porter is confident that Dubois will have the tools to handle Parker's challenge and ultimately retain his title. Similarly, heavyweight contender Gae Yong, who faced Parker in a highly competitive contest, also weighed in on the fight. Yang, who has sparred with both fighters, shared his belief that Dubois' aggressive approach would be the deciding factor.
I think if you need to be honest about it, listen, Joe's a really good friend of mine, but if I want to be impartial and I want to pass comment on things and I want to, I need to be honest about it. It is a 50-50 fight. I think you look at both guys' momentum, You know, like you just said, Dubois has been unbelievable in his last 3 fights, 3 big wins. You look at Joe, his last 2 fights, especially Wilder and Zhang, 2 unbelievable wins, 2 great performances. I think if you look at both fighters, they're both pretty opposing characters, pretty polar opposite really in their personality, the way they go about things, their journey so far.
Zhang noted that while Parker is a talented fighter, Dubois has proven that he can rise to the occasion in big moments. Citing his win over Joshua as evidence of his ability to handle top-level competition, Zhang emphasized that Dubois' aggression combined with his increasing confidence would likely propel him to victory over Parker, while some feel that Parker's experience and craftiness may be enough to neutralize Dubois' power. Others, like Shannon Briggs, are more convinced by the champion's growing strength. Briggs acknowledged Parker's toughness and resilience, but ultimately believes that Dubois has come a long way since his earlier setbacks. Particularly, his loss to Joe Joyce Briggs highlighted Dubois' improved punching power and tactical maturity as factors that would make him a formidable opponent for Parker. The fight is expected to be competitive, but Briggs feels that the younger, stronger Dubois could pull away as the fight progresses. Paulie Malaghy also sees the fight as a significant challenge for Dubois, but he believes that the British heavyweight will need to demonstrate more than just his usual explosive power. Malaghy pointed out that Parker is a multifaceted fighter who can adapt to various styles, making it imperative for Dubois to think on his feet and adjust his strategy accordingly. He warned that Parker's movement and ability to implement a technical game plan could frustrate Dubois if the champion doesn't come prepared with a well-rounded approach. Carl Effarch echoed similar sentiments, offering a balanced view of both fighters' strengths. Effarch noted that Dubois' size and punching power make him the favorite heading into the bout. However, he also praised Parker for his fitness experience and ability to handle the rigors of a 12-round fight. FRCH believes that if Dubois can weather Parker's crafty approach and maintain control, his superior power should allow him to win. But he also warned that Parker's ability to withstand punishment and handle the pressure will be critical in this matchup. Nick Campbell sees the fight as too close. Cole Campbell emphasized that both men are performing at a high level, with Parker proving his worth, with key victories over Wilder and Zhang. He believes that the fight will be a stylistic battle with Dubois looking to impose his will with power, while Parker will rely on his adaptability and ring intelligence to outmaneuver the champion. This contrast in styles adds an intriguing layer to the contest, with Campbell unsure which approach will ultimately come out on top. Chris Algieri also suggested that Parker's adaptability could be the key to victory. Algieri believes that while Dubois has shown promise against aggressive opponents, he has struggled in the past when faced with opponents who use movement and strategy to disrupt his game plan. Algieri noted that Parker's ability to adjust to different situations and employ a variety of tactics could make him a difficult puzzle for Dubois to solve. Dave Allen initially leaned towards a Parker victory, although he acknowledged Dubois' improvements. Allen noted that while Dubois is clearly more powerful than Parker, the latter's superior boxing skills and ability to think intelligently in the ring could give him an edge. Allen also conceded that Dubois has evolved significantly, particularly in his ability to handle mental and physical pressure, but still feels that Parker's experience could help him prevail in a strategic battle.